is up, warriors? Today, coming at you with a monologue. As always, I'm Corey. I'm missing our good friend John today, but I'm coming at you by myself to talk about energy, frequency, and vibration, and transmutation of those things. Now, we live in an energetic world where all is energy, and we look at things and perceive them as solid. We perceive things as still, but nothing truly is still, right? And we'd see our body, right? Our body is filled with vibration, light energy. And to raise your vibration, you should be consuming higher vibrational music, foods, drinks, and creating higher vibrational things as well. Because it's not just about consumption, it's about creation. Because as you were created to create. And it's a beautiful practice and process. And I posted a quote from Friedrich Nietzsche, I think you say his name, about how art is nature's creation, right? And we separate ourselves from nature, right? The human is just another extension of nature that has separated itself from itself, right? We forget that we are an integral part of this system, this earth system. And when we fall back into that and start getting grounded, start grounding ourselves within the body, meditating, breathing, eating healthy, we start to find the interconnectedness of us and nature, that we never were really truly disconnected from it. And our creations are the creations of nature, of Gaia, right? So we're able to create musically, artistically, intellectually, where we can come up with scientific theories and ideas, paintings and compositions of music. And all of these things are tangible things that we can listen to, see, touch, taste, feel, right? But at the end of the day, they're creations of nature. Nature, we being nature, created into this world, right? And there's many levels of this. And these creations that we have hold certain energetic, vibrational properties as well that can then create different emotions, feelings, states within people. So think about how if I was to create a song, right? Me being a part of nature creates a song. This song starts to blow up on the internet and people start listening to it. It makes them feel happy. Now that song, in turn, my creation, is now creating for itself. That inanimate thing that I created, right? It doesn't have a soul, it doesn't have a life, but that creation, in turn, is creating high vibrational emotions and states and smiles and dancing for these people. And it's not something that we see directly, but we feel. And another example of this energy transmutation that we see is with surfing, right? We had the Stoke guru, Brian Michigan, on a week or two ago, and he talked about how the waves from the ocean, right? That's the ocean's creative expressions, the fish and the coral and the waves, right? And the waves come into shore, and we have the privilege of living right near the beach, and we get to go and paddle out on our surfboards, catch those waves, and use our bodies and our minds to creatively express on those waves. That energy, that wave energy coming in from the sea allows us to uplift our vibration, uplift ourselves, create, and then spread that happiness, spread that creation to other people. So our friend Brian, he likes to post on the internet and take videos of himself surfing. He's spreading that energy to other people who consume his videos, his content, right? This energy that I have right now, you guys are consuming this and hopefully using it for good purposes. And the same way, we get done surfing, we go to work and we're lifeguards, and we get done working and we have big smiles on our face, and we're just hoping that we can spread that positive energy to everybody. Because at the end of the day, everything we talk about, every gesture we do, everything we say, everything that we experience is just a transfer of energy, a transfer of vibrations. These words coming from my mouth, the music I create, the journal that I write. At the end of the day, it's just a transmutation of energy in different forms, and knowledge is a very good example of that. So this information that I'm sitting here talking about on the internet is high vibrational content, or knowledge, as I would like to say. And I think that it's very important that I do spread this knowledge because it has helped me so much, I think it can help other people as well, right? And if I put the positive intent behind the content and the information and the vibrations coming out of my mouth, I will then return that, right? It's the law of attraction. I know we've talked about that on previous podcasts. You guys have seen that. And if I'm able to create positive vibrations with a positive intent behind it, that is then into the universe, and you will receive it, right? Because at the end of the day, it's all a transfer, right? You have the plus side of the battery and the negative side of the battery, but you have to finish the circuit. It's always going around. The yin and the yang, good and evil, hot and cold, right? We need balance in everything. So if you're putting out negative energy, you're going to get negative energy. You're putting out positive energy, you're going to get positive energy. We call it karma. And karma is a very funny thing because a lot of people don't necessarily believe in karma. They think they can do whatever they want on this earth plane and project onto others. They don't realize that their projections actually have consequences. Consequences later down the line, not direct consequences. Maybe that their projection gives them an immediate positive response of money or fame or what have you. But eventually, the intent behind your actions will return to you with other people returning that intent to you. Everything is about the intent behind the energy you output. Your energy output is all about intent. And put positive intent behind the energy. And intentful intent. If that makes sense, right? And like when you go into a deep meditation, if you have no idea where you're going to go, you're just going to be in that thinking mind, in the egoic mind. You're going to be trapped in your own mind. But when you go into meditation with an intent of pranayama before I start, right here, like that, or you're doing your breathing exercises, and then you can focus on a specific chakra, a specific energy point in your body, past trauma, what have you, whatever it is, you put the intent behind that, and you will experience that. So recently I've been doing work with the root chakra, and I've been doing the perennial lock, and I've been focusing energy up my spine into my pineal gland and then back down again. And you really do feel the different energetic properties of these different energy centers in your body. Check out Astral Doorway on YouTube. Shout out Astral Doorway because their content has been real good. I've been watching their series on chakras, so definitely check that out if you want some more information, deep information on chakras and tantric yoga, sexual energy transmutation, because that is the most powerful form of energy, is sexual energy, creative energy. As you were created, you were meant to create. So that sexual potent energy that you have within you, transmuting it into different ways, into different actions and thoughts and ideas in your life, and being able to utilize it to create in this world, whatever way it may be, right? And if you're working all hours of the day and using that energy to make money, or you're using that energy to create serotonin and happiness through thrill and surfing, skiing, music, I mean, that's just the stuff I do. But there's always one thing that gets the people going, right? And that's the stoke. We talk about it. Find something that gets you going, that you can transmute that. All this pent-up energy you have in you, transmute it into something that brings you joy, right? Not the short-term joy of dopamine, but the long-term joy of serotonin, right? Figure out a way that you can produce that serotonin in your brain and constantly feel fulfilled. And fulfilled is different than happy, right? Happy is quick. Happy is not, or am I happy right now? Yeah, and then 5 minutes later you can be sad. But if you feel fulfilled, it's a long-term feeling, right? Serotonin comes from relationships, it comes from grounding, it comes from self-care and self-love. But the dopamine comes from quick hits like alcohol, nicotine, marijuana, sex, and lust, right? But if you're able to build your life around long-lasting fulfillment, you'll be able to find much more happiness on the day-to-day basis, right? And that's a short-term thing. But the fulfillment is long-term. You get to experience the happiness of opening your eyes in the morning and having the will to live, will to live is an interesting thought. Find what gets you going. Find what makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside, makes you get out of bed in the morning, excited to live, excited to wake up and go work out and go work and go create. Find that for yourself. Because I think that's the most important thing, is you are a creative being meant to create on this wonderful planet we call Earth, and this wonderful universe we call the universe, right? I think there's a whole lot of universes, an infinite amount of universes, but there's one thing that isn't infinite. Is time on this monologue for the day. So that's all that I have for you guys today. But express yourself creatively, learn to love, and learn to be fulfilled.